Hello, my name is Robert Hart and I am the STEM Learning and Programs Officer for Port Adelaide Enfield Libraries in South Australia. And we are going to learn how to make a nesting box like this one. It's difficult to talk about nesting boxes without first talking about the widespread loss of naturally occurring nesting hollows, as these hollows can take up to 100 years to form naturally to be just suitable for possums and cockatoos. There are also many other Australian animal species that depend on nesting hollows. All have specific needs. Sadly, due to ongoing tree clearing, climate change, fires and tree management in our cities, these natural hollows are rapidly disappearing. This is where nesting boxes can offer a short-term solution for some Australian wild animals. In this video, I am demonstrating how to make a medium-sized nesting box from recycled pallet timber, which can be scaled up or down for Australian animal species. Look in the description of this video for a link to other dimensions. Wild animals are not looking for fine pieces of furniture. They want something that looks and smells familiar, somewhere they can raise their young and defend off predators. Ideally, this would be raw, cut, aged timber, untreated without oils, stains, paints or lacquers, and free of insecticides or other chemical treatments. For this video, I am using recycled timber from pallets and shipping crates, as the timber is only heat treated and is often weathered. Just be sure to select pieces that are free of any oil or chemical stains. It is also important that the wood is thick enough to offer good thermal properties to keep the nest warm in winter and cool in summer. Typically, I would use planks that are at least 20 millimeters thick. Don't be worried about the look of the timber, provided it is thick enough, free of chemicals and oils. This is what you should use. Other materials include 40mm galvanized Tek screws, 15mm galvanized pan head self-tapping screws, child-safe, non-toxic, waterproof sealant, galvanized fixing band, and cloth reinforced rubber insertion strip. Look in the description of this video for more information. Tools you will require include a pencil, rule, set square, drill, 3mm drill bit for drilling pilot holes, a screwdriver bit. The wood I am using is a soft wood and can be easily cut, so you can either use a tenon saw for hand cutting, a jigsaw, or a circular saw. You will also need a 9cm hole saw. I would also recommend some quick action clamp bars, as they help hold material to your table while sawing. Clamps can be used on a straight edge to ensure your cut is straight and square, and they can help hold material together correctly while fitting screws. This can be particularly useful if your wood is warped. Here are all the dimensions for the nesting box we are making in this video. You can also download the design from a link in the video description. In this design, I am using 19.5 wide by 20mm thick wood planks, which I have marked out with a set square to cut to size. Use a straight edge clamped to your plank of wood to ensure the saw cuts the wood square, regardless of the type of saw used. This will ensure the best results. You may also need to check if your planks have cracks running through them. Cracks will need to be cut out as they will weaken the wood. This is particularly important for the rear plank, as this is what everything else will be attached to and will be used to attach it to the tree. Cut the two side planks with an angle on one side. This is not critical, but they should be identical. In this video, I am cutting them at 20 degrees. The front plank and roof plank should also have the same angle cut into their edges, as this will ensure a good seal and rain runoff. The bottom plank should be cut to the width that will fit between the two side planks after they have been fitted, depending on the thickness of your planks. Now that you have cut all the planks to size, you will need to mark out where each screw will be fitted on the rear and front planks. This is required as you will need to drill pilot holes for the screws. If you try to fit screws without pilot holes, the screws will be difficult to screw in, weaken, or even crack the planks. This is recommended even when using plywood. The front plank needs a 9cm entrance hole cut approximately 90mm down from the top edge with a hole saw. Be sure to place a scrap piece of wood underneath and clamp it firmly to the table before cutting the hole. This can be done using a hand drill if you are comfortable doing this. However, a drill press is a safer method, also less tiring if you are making more than one nesting box. The front plank also needs slots sawn or routed into the front plank on both sides, below the entrance hole. The measurements for this are not critical, but about 1 centimetre apart. This gives the animal something to cling onto when climbing in or out of the nesting box. Some people attach sticks or meshed wire as an alternative. Now we have cut our planks, we will start with the rear plank by fitting all the screws. But do not screw them all the way through, just so that the tip of the screw is level with the other side of the plank. With a set square, pencil a clear line where the top of the side planks should align. This will help greatly to ensure both sides are level with each other. Now run a light bead of non-toxic sealant along the long edge of one side of the plank, clamping it firmly to a table. Fit the rear plank in position where we marked our line, holding it firmly against the side plank, and then drive in the center screw tightly. If the plank does not come together firmly, reverse the screw until they do, and then drive the screw in again. Then fit the top and bottom screws, ensuring the plank is straight. Now unclamp the joined planks. We can now attach the other side plank. With the other side plank, run a light bead of sealant and put it in position to form a U shape with the other joined planks, ensuring it aligns with the other side. The two side planks must be level with each other as the roof fits on top of these. Now drive in all the screws, ensuring the plank is straight, aligns and runs parallel with the rear plank. Our next plank is the bottom plank. This may require a little pull and shove, particularly if your wood is a little warped. It's okay to have a couple of cracks, and you don't need to use sealant, as the nesting box needs to be able to drain any water that might get in. However, if your bottom plank is a very tight fit, you may need to drill a couple of drainage holes. You may also need to trim the bottom plank, as warping may prevent the front plank from fitting correctly. Use a rasp or a plane or a chisel, but don't be too concerned about minor cracks. Once in place, drive in the screws either side. We are almost there, and we can now fit the front plank. Like the rear plank, fit all the screws first, but not all the way through. Run a thin bead of sealant along each side plank and place the front plank on top. Align the top edge of the front plank to align with the slope of the side planks. Then fit the first top screw. Do the same with the other side. This may require a little pull and shove, as it is important that the front plank slope aligns with the two side plank slopes. Fit the other screws in by forcing it to align as you go. Get it straight and drive the screw in. Don't be too concerned about misalignment at the bottom plank. The side planks are more important. You may even need to use a clamp to force the planks to align, particularly if your wood is warped. Now our last step is to fit on the roof. First, measure and cut a strip of reinforced rubber insertion strip to the width of your roof plank. In this case, it is 19.5 centimeters. Also, cut 2 lengths of fixing strip the same size. Place the roof plank on the top so that the slope section of the roof aligns with the rear plank. Position the rubber strip so that one half is on the roof and the other is on the rear plank. Place a fixing strip on one edge and fit a panhead self-tapper screw in the center. Be sure everything is aligned straight and then drive the screw in, straightening the strip and then fit another screw. Repeat this process on the other side. The roof can be secured into place with one Tek screw, so the nest can be opened for cleaning at a later time. More information about tools, materials and measurements can be found in a link in the description of this video. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful. My name is Robert Hart and I am the STEM Learning and Programs Officer for Port Adelaide Enfield Libraries. Thanks for watching. Bye.